Question for you. Are you a good communicator? Now, this is going to be kind of a wake-up call for you, possibly. Because I used to think that I was a great communicator, at least with my team, okay? And I've come to realize that I can do a lot more. And I also realize that everything that's gone wrong with my company, with my guitar company, with my media company, with Patriot, with Overwatch Force, is my fault, okay? My fault. I take 100% of the blame because ultimately the buck stops here, right? My team, my business partner, my CPAs, my attorney, my coders, my designers, my sales and marketing people, my traffic people, ultimately they report to me. It's up to me to set the vision. It's up to me to define the goals. So one of the things that I've realized about myself, and maybe this will help you, is that I have not done a good job of communicating my expectations and my needs and the standards, okay? So for example, I literally just got off the phone with one of my accountants and I said, look, man, I need you to help me stay on track with all of these bills, and I've got all these credit cards, and I've got all these media buys, and I've got lots of cash going one place or the other, and then all of a sudden I get hit with this tax bill from the state of California. I get hit with income taxes, and I get hit with corporate taxes and all that stuff, right? And I need more. I need you to be advising me and telling me how to manage my cash. And he was like, you know what, dude, that'd be a great idea, but I need to talk to you more. Like, oh, okay. So it's actually my fault. Yeah, it is my fault. So this is what I'm getting at. What I'm realizing that's very, very effective, and hopefully you can apply this to your business, is what I call stand-up meetings, okay? And they have to be written in stone and not sandstone, as one of my buddies says. It has to be written in stone. And what I mean is, what you want to do is you want to schedule every quarter and maybe even out for the next 12 months, your schedule with your key advisors and your team leaders. Okay. So what that means is I decided with my CPA, I'm going to have a weekly 30-minute stand-up with them. And by stand-up, it just means it's a very, very rapid-fire style of agenda. Okay, you have a written agenda for that meeting with specific objectives to cover during that meeting. And you walk into that meeting, everybody already has the data. They present the data. You discuss what's going on. You make decisions, and then you decide what you're going to do this week before the next meeting. Okay, so we're going to have a weekly 30-minute stand-up on all the companies, on what's going on. I mean, I actually had one employee that I thought I was paying like $2,000 a month. I was actually paying like $5,200 a month. They were an hourly person. They were really milking it. I had to let that person go. But you know what? It wasn't actually the CPA's fault. It was my fault for not communicating, hey, you know what? This number doesn't look right. This person should be making about $2,000 a month and making $5,000 a month. Okay. And I paid that person for 6 months. All right. So the point is, okay, and I'm learning along with you, we as entrepreneurs have to get better at communicating the vision, communicating what we need done, communicating the big picture, and then helping our team, and by team I mean your strategic partners, I mean your accountants, I mean your attorneys, I mean your bankers, I mean people that maybe you have investors. I'm talking about your team leaders, your traffic people. If you have people that are responsible for development, maybe you have a software product, maybe you have a manufacturing product. You need to have your key advisors in contact with you. Maybe this sounds like the most obvious thing in the world to you, but I actually thought I was doing a pretty good job of it. The key to all of this is it has to be scripted. It has to be planned. It has to be put on the calendar, and you have to hold people accountable for showing up on time at the right specified date, and of course with the right data, so that you as an entrepreneur can advise and make the best decisions for your company. I promise you, if you will do just this one thing, you're going to dramatically increase the happiness level of your company, because your employees, your team, your vendors, your support, they all are dying to hear from you what the vision is, and they want constant feedback. Okay, am I doing a good job? Am I not doing a good job? They need that from you. You owe that to them. As the entrepreneur, as the guy who signs the front of the check and not just the back of the check, you are ultimately responsible for making sure that your team and the people who support you have the information to be able to do their job. I highly recommend you have structured on the calendar for an entire year all of your meetings, like every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific, from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., I will be on the phone with my accountant going over all of my companies and making sure that we're on track. Okay, on Tuesdays for 1 hour, I have a team meeting with Guitar Zoom. On Wednesdays, I have a 1 hour with Patriot Media, right? And whoever else I may be consulting with, and of course my team. But make sure it's on the calendar. Live and die by the calendar, live and die by deadlines, and make sure that you're not throwing people under the bus because of your lack of good communication. And communicate the why. Communicate the reason. Okay? Hope that helps you. Take care.